Hi, I'm Debbie and I've got a camper van. Now I had to stop camper vanning. Why did I have to stop camper vanning? I had arthritis in my right foot, so I had to have a mid-fusion foot operation. So this video is about, was I able to carry on driving after the op? How long did it take me? And it's like a diary for anybody else who has got arthritis in their feet, having this foot fusion as well. Was it successful? Now, if you would like to know all that, carry on watching this video. At the very end of the video, it would tell you how long it took me to be able to get sorted. But did I? That is the question. So please carry on watching and thank you for watching. Bye. Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Sorry about the husky voice. I was in hospital on Monday and I'm going to carry on filming and showing you how I had to get on with my ankle op. Now I'm talking to you, tears jumping on my knee. So with the ankle op, I had the operation on Monday. It was a lot more bigger job than expected. It took 4.5 hours and 2 surgeons to do an extra bone graft. I'm a bit out of it because of the tablets, but I'm going to take you along on this journey and show you from the time that I've had the op to the time I get back in my camper van, and hopefully doing a little bit more walking with Tia pain-free. So is it going to work? Well, we're going to find out in 3 months' time. So the day today is the 3rd day. I went into hospital Monday. I had the operation Monday late afternoon. I got discharged yesterday at 5:30 after I saw the doctor, and the main thing I did was sleep because the strong painkillers, they're really good, and all I've done so far is I've been in bed all day. I've kept my foot elevated and I've got a zipper frame with 2 little wheels at the front, so I have to hop with my good leg, which isn't very good right this minute because I'm getting the arthritis in that foot. So, and the doctors had a quick look, the surgeon, and basically pointed out they need to sort that one out probably straight after this one before it gets to this state. So today, like I just said, is the 3rd day. There's a bit of sunshine in Nottingham, so I decided to sit outside for about an hour just to get a little bit of sun, and then I go and lay back down. The foot is very painful when I'm dangling my foot when I need to use a Zimmer frame to go to the toilet. When it's elevated with the painkillers, it's bearable. Right this minute I can't feel much pain, but there again I am a bit floaty right this minute, so I don't know what painkillers they gave me. I will put them down at the bottom, what painkillers I was prescribed. I've also got to inject myself once a day for blood clots. That's for a whole month, and the strong painkillers are only for 5 days. And then in 2 weeks' time, I've got to go back for an x-ray. They're going to x-ray my other foot as well. And then they're going to take the cast off. And they're going to see how the scar's healing, what the x-ray is like, depending on whether I go back in it's like a bit of an open cast, or whether I go back into a boot. So jealous, bummer here, Tia wants me to play with the ball because I'm talking to you lot. So I'm going to log out right this minute. Excuse me. I'm going to have a cup of tea to ease the throat, and I'll log in tomorrow and tell you how I feel with the foot. It will be very interesting to see how my foot feels after 5 days when I don't have the strong painkillers. So if my foot isn't very good with just ibuprofen and paracetamol after that, I'll just ask the doctor and try and get some more. So it's looking to the future, and I can't wait for the future. And no, I won't be running around, but I might be dancing a bit more. So carry on watching this, and then let's see where we go in the next 3 months. I had to come back in because my foot was starting to kill me. So I'm back in bed now. I've taken my strong painkiller, starting to zoom out a little bit. So the pain that I'm feeling right this minute feels like my foot's going to explode. It feels so tight in the cast because of all the trauma the foot has had. I just had a beautiful cup of tea, a bacon butty, all my tablets. I feel like I need to go to sleep, so I'm gonna can't get my words out. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm hoping the burning sensation and the tightness, it is really painful. It's not just like a muscle pain, it's breaks. My bones are broken and put back together. So it's very deep pain, throbbing. It will calm down with the tablets. So I'll log in later, maybe tonight. Don't know how long I will have a kip. So I'm in bed. So anyway, let's see where I go. Bye. Hi everybody. It's day 4. I've taken my long tech painkillers. That was it. Got no more left. They are slow releasing. I still got short tech ones that are instant. They last between 4 and 6 hours. They make you very groggy, which is really good because all I'm going to do is relax and sleep. It relaxes my body. And time goes by, which is really good. So before I know it, I'm going to be up on my feet. I've had me a shower today using a like a bag over your leg that I bought specially for it. It worked fantastic. It's got a rubber at the top and it comes with a mitt, so you make sure you dry it. Slightly bit tricky to get it over the plaster where the ankle bit was, but I had help for that. The shower was beautiful. Oh, I love my showers. It was beautiful. I don't know about anybody else. When you have an operation, it binds you with all the medication. I've had to have 6 a day to help me go to the toilet, you know, those type of tablets. And on the 4th day, I managed, a bit too much information, but I managed to go to the toilet at the end because it was hurting the stomach. My stomach still hurts, but I'm actually injecting my stomach to prevent blood clots, and I have to inject it for the next month, 1 a day. You go around the belly button, you hold the skin, like make a lump, and then you just put the needle in and squeeze it in. Not too fast because it pokes back out. Don't really feel it. You feel it afterwards. And I was informed not to rub the skin area, because when you feel a bit of pain, you rub it, don't you? So I was informed not to rub it. Mainly what I've been doing, like I said earlier, is sleeping. I've got a TV in my bedroom. That's what I've been doing, looking at Facebook, YouTube channels, been looking at that. The pain goes up and down. I forgot that I had a bone graft on my heel. So sometimes it reminds me that's a bit painful where my foot is resting on my heel. Later on, I will be getting into the sitting room and having a different scenery, and I'm going to be watching a movie and having my tea in there. I felt a bit queasy after the shower today, whether it's because I was moving around a bit more, whether I got over hot. It felt like my blood pressure had dropped, and all I wanted to do was to lie down, which normally helps. So I got a cup of tea. I'm just chilling. If I fall asleep, I fall asleep. So I'll log in with you lot later on and tell you how I'm getting on. But so far, the painkillers are doing a brilliant job. Anyway, I'll see you later. Bye. Hi, I've 1 week gone by. How's the pain? Pain's being controlled by the strong painkillers. I've only got 1 day left. I've been managing the pain really good. Ibuprofen, paracetamol are helping as well, which I normally take every day. Sorry about the hair. I've had a shower and I used a over boot cover thing. I will show you a quick picture here. Fantastic. It worked really well. Did not leak. So I love the showers. I use the shower chair. So anyway, this is just a quick update on how I'm feeling. I would like to say a big thank you to Maria, who's been looking after me and who has had to go to work. So she's been kindly to set my table up, and on my table is my medication, tissues because I end up crying at sloppy things on telly. And then in here is a heated container, and then there is shepherd's pie, and all I do is plug it in for half an hour and I've got a hot meal. And then in the cool box is a cob and a corned beef cob with a bit of mustard and a trifle. And then I've got a hot flask of tea and then some fresh water to take the tablets with, and of course Gaviscon to help me with my heartburn. So I've all set up here, my telly set up. And how am I feeling? Am I bored? No, not bored at all. I'm loving catching up on all the fantastic BBC drama programmes, and I'm just counting down the days. So next week I will be going to hospital to get the foot x-rayed to check to see if it's healing good, and then hopefully I get a moon boot, which will be a lot more comfortable on my foot, and they need to see how the cut is healing as well, and that's what I'll be doing. So I keep looking online for a new van because that's what's keeping me going. It's not the only thing that's keeping me going. I'm a positive person. I'm so looking forward to getting on my feet. So I will log in later and just do a progress of how I'm doing with my foot. If anyone is scared about having a foot fusion, yes, it is painful the first few days of it, but it is manageable. It is awkward. My left leg is going to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm having to hop all over the place on it. And with the leg dangling quite a lot when I'm going to the toilet because my toes are starting to bruise now. It is painful doing that because my leg's dangling. But once I've got my foot up, rested for a while, the pain subsides to a manageable pain bit. So yeah, I'm doing all right. So let's look here to the next week and see how we're doing. Okay, bye. I've been to the hospital and I've had my cast off, and they've taken my stitches out, done an x-ray. It looks brilliant. It's setting well. The doctor's really impressed with it. Apologise about the noise behind. Tia's playing with a ball because I'm talking to you lot. So anyway, what's the plan? They've given me a short boot. It's still non-weight bearing for another 4 weeks. Then I've got to go back in 4 weeks' time for another x-ray, and they're going to be x-raying my left foot as well because my arthritis is starting in my left one, and they would like to try and catch it before it gets to the state that my right one's gone into. And apparently I found out that when they opened me up, I hardly had one of my bones disintegrated completely, and there was a big gap in between two of the bones. That's why it took 4.5 hours plus more bone graft, a donated bone graft apparently. But anyway, the doctor's very happy with it. So I'm back home now. I just got to wait for the cut to dry up a bit. I've managed to do a shower by myself a couple of times. I just got to take it easy because it's hard to do a shower on one leg. I do use the shower stool. I've made myself a cup of tea, and what I do is I make my cup of tea in this and then put it in my Zimmer frame in the basket in front, and then I hop back to my seat and leave my mug where I'm sitting. But I've got a chair in my kitchen, in the middle of the kitchen, so while I'm waiting for the kettle to boil, I can sit down and take the weight off my left leg, because I get that, is it lactic acid in my thigh, and it burns, really burns. But I've got a lot of muscle building to do on my right leg, which hopefully in 4 weeks' time I'll be able to do something with it. And I've also been told by the doctor, because I have not had an operation on my ankle, is I've got to start moving my ankle slightly. But right this minute it's still swollen. And so I got my leg elevated, and hopefully the swelling goes down, and then I'm going to give it a couple of days. Hopefully the swelling's gone down, and then I am going to move my ankle, because the quicker I get on my feet, I'm going to be very good, because the doctor told me to. The quicker I get on my feet, the quicker I get into my van. So I'll log in later and see how we go in a week's time. Bye. Hi, it's 25 days post-op. How is my foot after 25 days? Well, it's feeling a lot better. I'm wearing a boot. I'm having to wear my old boot because the small boot they gave me really hurts my foot. Might try it later on, give it another week. So now I've got the big boot on and it eases it quite a lot. I still can't put any pressure on the floor, not allowed to, no weight bearing. And it's a week since it's come out the cast. So I've had a shower today. It takes me a long time to do because I have to hop and be on one leg. And I managed to wash my foot properly. So the cut's looking really good. It's healing together, very good. I'm not taking as many painkillers, which is good. So I'm just getting a bit of cabin fever. 3 weeks stuck indoors. It helps if you got people visiting you. I'm not doing the old sad story because I like to be on my own quite a lot. But if you've got a nice big family and they're coming to visit you, you would never get bored. You'd be fed up. You'd want them not to turn up. But if you don't, then it can be a bit boring. Some days I've had where I cannot be bothered to even get a shower and don't know what to watch on TV. I think all of you get those days. But still thinking positive, still searching for a brand new van, because not a brand new one, but a newer one, because I'm looking forward to next year. I've got my pre-op for my left wrist where they're going to be removing a bone because of arthritis. And we just take it from there. So we're going to log in again in a week's time, see how that is. I'm going to show you some photos of how the cut is after 3 weeks, 25 days, to show you the improvement. So far, I'm giving thumbs up. I think the surgeon has done a fantastic job, but I won't really know until I put my weight on it, because I don't know the pins and the screws or whatever you call them, how that's going to feel in my foot, because I've got very slender feet. So anyway, I'm logged in. So I'll see you all in a week's time. Bye. Hi everybody. It is 8 weeks post-op. I have been to the hospital. They're very happy with my scar. And now I can have my boot on for 6 more weeks, with slightly aided, and then I've got to build it up with the weight on it, and apparently the weight on it will help strengthening the bone graft. I forgot what it's called then, the bone graft. So right this minute, I've got 6 weeks to wait and then go back to the hospital and then hopefully be discharged and I'll be able to walk and drive. Hi, this is an update after the op. When did I start driving? Did I have any issues? And did it work? Right. I started driving 4 months after the op. Yeah, got into my camper van, my new camper van. I was excited. My walking was very restricted in the distance, but that's also because I got a lot of muscle wastage, which I've been building up by walking gradually. The pain had couldn't get the word out. The pain had subsided from the arthritis, so that bit worked. But about 4 months down the line, or 6 months down the line, I felt quite a lot of pain in my foot and my ankle kept swelling up. So I saw this surgeon, explained what was going on with my foot. They did a CT scan and unfortunately the donor bone graft didn't take. So there was a gap there, and because I got pins on either side of that gap and the weight of your body and gravity, the strength of the walking onto the bones snapped 3 pins out of 4. So for the last year, I've been walking around with 3 pins snapped. One's okay. So basically, I'm walking around like I never had the op. And I got all the pains back. It's not all bad news though. They are going to be operating. I go in for an operation in 2 days' time. And what they're going to be doing is they're doing it in 2 sections or 2 parts. The first part is they're going to remove all the metalwork, and then any loose bone graft that's still in there. So they're going to clean it up inside. They're going to sew me back up, see what the wound's like. Once the wound's healed, then I go straight back in. They think it could take about 2 months. And then after the 2 months, starts all over again. So they're going to be doing the bone graft, but it might go into a jacket to keep the bone graft in its place. This is nothing either side to stop the bone graft from lifting, leaking out of that gap. And they're changing where the pins are going to go. So they're doing like a longer pin, longer metal work or something up towards my big toe, I think. And the first op, it's only non-weight bearing for 2 weeks and then go into a boot. And then the bigger op is the same as what you've just seen in the last part of the video, where it's 6 weeks to 3 months non-weight bearing, which I won't know until after the op. I'm really hoping it's only 6 weeks, which means I can get back up and walking, and then I can get driving again. So it's going to be very difficult with the first op because I've done this. This is like it will be 4 weeks old. So moving around for 2 weeks without 2 good arms is going to be difficult, but I'm not in any rush anyway. So I will record how the operations went to see if it was finally successful. So I can't really give you too much good news. It does happen a few times, and because there was a gap in between, that's why they snapped. So watch the second video when it comes out. It could take up to a year. Right this minute, this time that I'm talking to you is 1 year, 5 months since the operation. And I got another one. I'll keep you all informed, but it could be in a year's time, but hopefully it's less than a year. So good luck to everybody who has the foot fusion. I'm still positive about it. So yes, all keep smiling and get out there in the sunshine. All right, bye.